The world is mourning the death of Apple founder Steve Jobs after he lost his battle with cancer. He was just 56 years old.
Go bus service could be hit by a strike, and the Humber women's soccer team thrashed the Redeemer Royals 11-0. Hello, it's Thursday, October 6th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Bogart.
And I'm Kathleen Finley. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Nicole has our top story.
It's Election Day in Ontario. The polls are open and people are lining up across the province to cast their ballots. Nearly 625,000 people have already voted in the advance polls. Elections Ontario is already anticipating a higher voter turnout than 2007, with only 52% of Ontarians voting. Interestingly enough, the lowest voter turnout in the province is the riding of Etobicoke North, which includes Humber College's North Campus. Only 1/5 of eligible voters will cast a ballot. Our cameras were at the Ascot Community Cooperative. People were walking out of the doors. Students at the North Campus tell us why.
I don't vote because I don't know much about the candidates, so I don't usually vote.
Have you ever gone online to check out for more information or anything?
No, I'm never online for anything. I don't even go on Facebook often.
I feel as if the people that are running don't really target people of our age group, so I don't know much about the people that are running to be elected.
I honestly didn't even know today was the day.
Let's take a look at the ridings where Humber campuses are located. These are the candidates for the Etobicoke North riding. Voters can go to the Ascot Cooperative Community Centre on Queens Plate Drive. Humber Lakeshore is located in the Etobicoke Lakeshore. Here are the candidates running in this riding. You can vote at the Ken Cox Community Centre on Colonel Samuel Smith Park Drive. Now, let's turn to the Dufferin-Caledon riding, which includes Humber's Orangeville campus. You can vote at the Westside Secondary School Theatre on Alder Street. All polling stations are open until 9 p.m. tonight.
Tributes are pouring in for Steve Jobs, the iconic founder of Apple Inc., who died last night at the age of 56. Apple stores have dimmed their lights in memoriam. And all over the world, people are talking about the impact Jobs had on their lives through the Mac, the iPod, and many other inventions. With more on the legacy of Steve Jobs, here's Reem Jazar.
Steve Jobs may have left the world yesterday, but every time a song plays through iTunes, an iPhone sends a text, or an ambitious media student gets their first MacBook, the legacy of a true visionary lives on. Many Humber students were saddened by the news of his passing.
For me, Steve has always been someone that I feel that I'm close to, even though I don't know in person, because he's so connected and he loves everything. He loved everything that he did with the products.
In the next few years, technology will be quickly evolving because he'll have an impact on the things coming out in the next couple of years. But I think after that, it might slow down a little bit without him here.
Sad that he's actually gone. He has, I think, contributed a lot because we do use Macs in my program. And I just feel that Macs are more easier to use than PC. And it's a sort of a personal preference.
The sentiments expressed by Humber students is a testament to the way Steve Jobs' innovations have touched the lives of millions. His vision will never be forgotten. In the words of Steve Jobs, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. For Humber News, I'm Reem Jazar.
Go bus service may be coming to a halt come October 24th. The deadline has been set as a strike date if GO Transit union leaders are unable to reach a deal with Metrolinx. The union represents 1,500 workers at the transit agency for the GTA. That includes GO bus drivers and staff, as well as York Region Transit drivers in Markham and Richmond Hill. Salaries are one of the key bargaining issues. Union reps say Metrolinx has refused to offer pay hikes despite raises in management salaries. GO Train employees are represented by a separate union and would not be affected by a strike. The two sides are set to return to a bargaining table in 2 weeks.
The federal health minister announced rules for energy drinks this morning. Labels on the drinks have to indicate total caffeine levels. The drinks also need to have a warning that they should not be mixed with alcohol given to children or pregnant women.
All eyes are on Toronto Police Chief Bill Blair, who has been ordered by Police Services Board to slash the budget by 10%. Blair has been refusing to make the cuts, saying he cannot recommend it because of the effect on public safety. He has remained firm in his stance that police should get a 1.5% spending increase for officer salaries. Members of the police board have insisted that the chief find a way to impose cuts, even if one spread over 2 years.
The federal spending watchdog says the Harper government broke the rules of the $50 million G8 fund. A report by the interim auditor general says the government kept Parliament in the dark by diverting the $50 million from a border project to create the Legacy Fund. The fund was originally set up to help the Parry Sound-Muskoka region host last year's G8 summit. The report also found that public servants were shut out of the selection process of giving financial support for the fund.
Some of Canada's richest people haven't been getting any richer. Canadian Business Magazine reveals its list of the 100 richest Canadians, but they say many of the country's wealthiest people have seen their fortunes shrink. Toronto's Thompson family has topped the list for the past few years. They saw their massive wealth shrink by $2 billion to just over $21 billion in total.
When we come back, we'll have your news from the world of sports and your 5-day weather forecast.
It's another great day today, and it looks like the sunshine's sticking around through the Thanksgiving weekend. I'll have your weather for today and your 5-day forecast after this.